All right. Hey, now it's the Rob from 1061 Kiss FM, broadcasting live on location. We are here in Panama City Beach, Florida, coming to you live for an edition of Post to Post. And let's say hello to my tag team partner in podcasting, the wonderful, the amazing. What the hell are you wearing, Jerry Valeri?
It's a beach day. You're at Panama City Beach. I'm in State College Beach. It's a beach day.
In Pennsylvania? Well, you look fantastic, and I'm happy to have you as part of the show today for several reasons. I'm always happy to have you, but of the two of us, and I'm very, very sorry to everybody. I told you last episode this might happen. I was too busy this time. I'm sorry.
You're such an amateur. You said, I'm going to watch Raw. And I'm like, wait, you're going to be at the beach with your girlfriend, right? And you're like, yeah, I'll still probably watch Raw. And I was like, you're never going to see it. You're never going to see it.
You called it this time.
I've been married for 12 years. I feel like I have a little experience in this realm.
You've got the upper hand on this one.
Yes.
I never challenge you in the ways of women, Mr. Valeri.
Well, you should.
Well, thank you for being here. We will have no live viewers this time because, unfortunately, for some reason, the Google is locking me out of the station's YouTube account because I'm in a different city on a different computer, and it's like, not happening. So I have to do it for my own personal one. And I'll just put it into the blog, and we'll share the blog is kind of what we'll do. So thanks, everyone, for watching today. So how was Raw?
Okay, so I thought Raw was a very good Raw, but it was kind of a basic Raw. The way that it starts, you can see right away what kind of show it's going to be. They show Roman Reigns getting destroyed last week by Braun Strowman. That's how they start the show.
Good. Those are powerful images.
Yeah, recapping it, and it was true to WWE form. You could knock them for certain things all you want, but their post production has always been top notch.
Yeah, and their live show is always people call it NFL quality. I think it's eclipsed NFL quality at this point, to be honest with you, as far as their production goes.
Absolutely. So it starts with those images, and then Braun Strowman comes out to start the show. Starts the show, comes to the ring. He's getting more cheers than he should, because he says things like, "I'm proud that I put Roman Reigns in the hospital." Cheers! I'm proud that I broke Roman Reigns' ribs. Cheers! The biggest cheer was when he said, Roman Reigns not going to be here tonight. Not gonna, and then they just freaked out.
Do you remember where the show was?
Columbus, Ohio. It was at Ohio State.
Okay.
So get ready, because Dean Ambrose got a huge pop being from Ohio, and Alexa Bliss got more of a pop than she should because she's from Columbus. They were the hometown heroes. So it starts that way. It starts with Braun Strowman, and then Kurt Angle comes out. And Kurt Angle says, you should be arrested. You shouldn't be here anymore. He said, but Roman Reigns has requested a match with you at Payback, and he's going to get it. And Braun is mad. And then he kicks him out. He says, you're out of here, Braun. You're done. Get out of here. You should be arrested. You're taking tonight off. And Braun then goes into this didn't work for Mick Foley, and it's not going to work for you. I want competition or else. So
wait, it makes you wonder. Because Kurt Angle's going to have another match at some point.
Yeah. I don't think this is the match that he's going to have. He's not going to have Braun Strowman.
Okay. Well, I will tell you, I don't think it will be anytime soon. So it's definitely likely that it won't be soon.
Right. And so we get another. I get excited because I like the Braun Strowman or else shows. When we get a Braun Strowman or else show, he runs around the place killing everybody. And that's exactly what we get. Now, do you want to go in order, or do you want me to just talk about Braun Strowman as it is from beginning to end, and then we'll fill in the spots?
I'm going to let you decide what you think is the best way to handle this.
So the Braun Strowman story continues through the evening. It keeps going. Like Golden Truth is getting ready to walk out to their match with Gallows and Anderson, and wham! They get destroyed in the back by Braun Strowman. He just crushes them both.
Oh, really? Oh, so that's what you mean by it's like the Braun Strowman show. He's interjecting himself in everywhere.
It is the Braun Strowman show throughout this show. He destroys Golden Truth, which led to my line of the night. Gallows and Anderson standing in the ring, and they say, whoa, just because Golden Truth got the United Airlines treatment, we want a match. So they fight Enzo and Cass, and it was lackluster, but it was, Enzo and Cass did what Enzo and Cass do and lost cleanly. So then later you'll have Braun Strowman again dragging Kalisto by his throat. They just cut to him just dragging him through the back. He picks him up and he says, "You're nothing but a piece of garbage," and he throws him in a dumpster.
I would have missed Raw every week. I just want to have you describe it to me. This is awesome.
So he throws him in a dumpster and he starts walking away. And as he's walking away, bam! Braun Strowman gets jacked into the wall and thrown to the ground. By?
Oh, Braun Strowman did?
Yes.
Okay.
Braun Strowman got, as soon as he throws Kalisto into the dumpster, he starts walking away and he gets sideswiped and taken to the ground. And he's sitting on the ground looking up at, well, it's the Big Show.
Okay.
And the Big Show's looking down at him, and the Big Show's like, pick on someone your own size. And so that's how that goes.
Dude, you don't need me. You could have your own. You could have your own podcast, just transcribing Raw.
This is good. Well, this is what you want, right? This is what you wanted.
Yeah, great job.
Okay, so then that's going to be the main event. You're going to have the monster among men is what they're calling him now.
But let's do real quick, if you don't mind. This is what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be kind of commenting on the stuff that happens. Usually we don't transcribe what happens.
Right.
But this is good because they had a lot of cleanup to do from the damage they've done to Braun Strowman over the past 2 months.
They made him look like $1 million last night.
I mean, they had him built up to here, and then as soon as Undertaker comes back and is in a program with Roman, they just really crapped all over Braun. And
yeah,
they didn't even need to make Braun look as bad as they did. They just seemed to be enjoying it for whatever reason. So it seemed like now they wanted to do damage control after the fact.
Well, and they definitely did. I'm trying to find my notes from last night. Because we can talk about, oh, did I not save my notes last night? Well, why don't I just kill myself? I didn't save my notes. But I can remember most of what was going on. So do you want to jump to the main event, or now we can just go back to the show, to the beginning of the show, and we can talk about stuff?
Why don't we hold the main event?
Okay, so that's the main event now. The main event is now set up. You're going to have Big Show and Braun Strowman.
Okay, I can get with that.
The show starts with Braun Strowman, but that segment with Kurt Angle is only 12 minutes.
Okay.
Then Seth Rollins comes out and sits at commentary, and they talk about his match coming up at Payback with Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe now has a match with Chris Jericho, and that's how it starts. The first match is Chris Jericho versus Samoa Joe.
That's tonight. That's tonight, not the pay-per-view.
That was tonight. That was Monday Night Raw. The first match right after Kurt Angle and Braun Strowman. We go right into that match. Seth Rollins on commentary. Also, should be noted, David Otunga's not there. Booker T is. Leave it to Booker T, or leave it to David Otunga to make me happy to see Booker T.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other.
It really isn't, though. I was happy to have Booker T if the other choice was David Otunga.
Okay, well, see, I don't like Otunga, but I dislike Booker T.
Otunga will be back in 2 weeks. He's just working on a movie. They said that. Okay, so commentary was blunt, and Cole seemed off because he's surrounded by nonsense at this point. It just didn't seem like he doesn't seem comfortable right now with all the changes that are being made. So you've got that, and it's a match. It's like a match. It's a Chris Jericho Samoa Joe match, and I have yet to see a Samoa Joe match that I love. I enjoy Samoa Joe's entrance. I like his promos. He cut a great promo after the match. He beat Jericho cleanly. He cut a great promo about the sounds that he likes to hear, and like the sounds of Seth Rollins' knee popping when he puts him in the lock and he broke his leg before Mania. Like, and they start cutting a promo on each other, setting up a big match. That's the one big takeaway is from this Raw. It was Braun Strowman getting put over big time, and they set up Payback really well.
Okay. That works. They've been handling Samoa Joe properly. You're right. There aren't a lot of matches of Joe's that I think are fantastic, but at least they're handling his character properly.
Yeah, I think they're doing a really good job with him. There's a fatal 4-way for #1 contender for women that goes on, and it's it's the 4 women. Yeah, there's
so
not.
Hold on, let me see if I can name them.
Go for it.
Sasha,
yes.
You've got Alexa, you've got Mickey, and you've got Bailey.
Bailey's the champ. This is the #1 contenders match.
Oh, okay, so then you've got Nia.
There it is. You have the 4.
Yeah, that's the problem with this stuff is that there's only 5 on each roster. They need 10 is barely a full women's roster, and they've got it split up, and it's just not enough.
It was a good fatal 4-way match. It was good. It was a normal formula. They did a good job, and Alexa Bliss won.
Okay, that's great. That's a good choice. Makes sense.
She surprised Nia Jax by drop kicking her out of the ring, and then she pinned Sasha. So you're going to have Alexa Bliss versus Bailey, which I think will actually be a really good program for Bailey, because Alexa Bliss I would pick as the best female heel they have.
Yeah, well, right now I said that's probably fair.
On either show.
Yeah, she's on fire right now, that's for sure. She's not as capable as someone like a Charlotte, but she's on fire. People are noticing her, us included.
Right. They so you've got that, and so that sets up Alexa Bliss and Bailey at Payback. Another match that they're promoting for Payback, which is a Raw pay-per-view, is Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. That House of Horrors match, I think, is happening at Payback.
How weird is that? That's just weird.
You got the SmackDown champion defending against Bray at the Raw pay-per-view. I don't like any of it. And then Bray going out of order a little bit. It was bored me. It was just talking about the House of Horrors match is going to be he's going to burn Randy Orton inside of it.
Bray's got 2 speeds for me. He's got like really different, unique, and compelling. And then he's got, I'm just saying weird words to fill the time, and I'm saying them slowly, and I hate those. He also says those words quietly, and it's like when that happens, I really start to doze.
You've got the Hardys taking on Cesaro and Sheamus at Payback. So you got a singles match. So they gave us a singles match last night between Jeff Hardy and Cesaro, and that was good.
I imagine those guys are. I imagine their chemistry is probably off the wall, to be honest.
It seems to me, because they interviewed the Hardys, and the Hardys were doing this whole, they're really proud to be back in the WWE. They're proud of the competition's amazing, and they're doing this really respectful angle with Cesaro and Sheamus. It seems like broken Matt Hardy's not coming over. It doesn't look like that's what they're doing.
And I'm okay with that, to be honest with you. I have no real affection to that character. People seem to love it. Indie fans really seem to love that character. I saw the total deletion or whatever it was called, the final deletion, and that is not what I'm looking for out of pro wrestling. That was just too bizarre for me, and I know that the serious fans are watching this slapping their foreheads, but dude, I mean, if you like that, that's just not. How can you like wrestling, or I'll just say WWE, and like the final deletion? Did you ever watch that?
I didn't watch it. I watched part of it, and I was like, he was like sitting at the piano, like Phantom of the Opera, and I was like, I don't have time for this. I have a family.
Yeah, well, what you're saying is kind of what I did. I just kind of skipped around because I don't have time. Yeah, sitting at a piano, like, what is this? Like, this is not what we're. Come on, this is not what we're here for. And I think that a lot of the people who love the broken gimmick are kind of lying about it. Not all of you, but some of you are.
I think a lot of people just, and I get this, I think they just really like Matt Hardy. I think they like the Hardy Boys, and we all kind of root for the Hardy Boys. When Jeff Hardy was going through all this real bad troubles and getting fired and substance abuse, I was rooting for him. Like, I want them to do well.
Absolutely. I like Matt Hardy too.
I do like the delete.
Well, I mean, it's a fun sign to hold up and a fun thing to say, but I mean, I don't want that. How often was I telling you that when it was looking like they were coming over? I'm like, we don't want the weird indie Hardy Boys. I'm telling you, you don't. You want the WWF Hardy Boys of 10 years ago.
And Broken Matt Hardy came to Altoona not long ago, and I heard it was weird Matt Hardy, and it wasn't great.
You know, I want to mention something while you mentioned that. I'm really bummed about something. So remember I told you that Vince Russo is in Evansville and, you know, might be able to make something happen with this?
Yeah.
Vince Russo was at my radio station yesterday, and I'm here in Panama City.
What was he doing at the station?
I don't know. He was doing something with Travis from KDQ, who's a big wrestling fan too, and I don't know what Travis is doing with them. But he told me on Friday that he was coming in on Monday. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be here. Like, I don't know, maybe he'll be receptive to coming on. I'll try to reach out to him at some point. I hate bothering people, you know, and I know he does his own podcast, and his podcast is very good. I listen to it. I really do appreciate what he does. He's a guy I really have a lot of respect for.
And I feel like it's time to kick into producer mode, though, and not hound him, but see what you can get out of him.
Well, he was just here on Monday, so I'm gonna let that at least let me talk to Travis and see how it went, you know. But yeah, he was in the building. And then also, I wanted to say something about this last week, but I was told I couldn't. But the big news yesterday was Monday Night Raw, a live Raw returning to Evansville for the first time in 20 years, Jared.
Yes! When?
Last time, June 19th. Awesome. So the last time there was a Raw live here in Evansville, Steve Austin and like Shawn Michaels were teaming up as like a tag team with Dude Love on the show. I mean, it was 20 years ago.
Yeah, you weren't there then. It's been about that long since State College. Those are the ones we went to.
Well, no, it's been 10 years since you are like. Well, I guess it's been the 2004. I guess last time you and I went to a live Raw in State College. But Evansville is really pumped about this, and my understanding is, yes, we will have tickets. My understanding is they've got some set aside for Jared and I to give away. I'm going to try to be a bit more responsible about them so that not just the post show gets them. Hey, if the people on the post show happen to win, that's great. You know, I love the guys like Steve and Mike and Benny and Kevin and all those guys. Like, I love that you guys watch every time. Last time I just gave you tickets. This time I'm going to have to do something a bit more official, you know. Like
we're going to make you work for them a little bit.
Yeah, so you know, just stay tuned. I have to make sure how many I have first, but my understanding is we will have those, and like I told you before, my understanding is we will have NXT tickets too, so keep it locked on Post to Post. You want to get back? It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Super exciting. I'm trying to look. Son of a gun. I'm working. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see my availability in June.
Oh, dude, if you can get down here, man, oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, sorry, suckers, but I don't have to enter to win a ticket.
All right, what else?
So the rest of the show is it's a basic Raw. I wish I had my notes because I kept like match by match notes, and I'm having a hard time remembering absolutely everything that went on. But the notable stuff I've mentioned, and then we get into the you've got your big main event at the end where you've got Braun Strowman versus the Big Show, and I think that you guys they're gonna debate this on the post show today for a lot.
Ooh, okay, I love debates.
I was happy with it. I thought it was great. I thought it was well done. You get a good big guy match because I think Big Show can go better than he could have 10 years ago. I think he's in better shape than he's been in a long time, and he's looking good, and he's putting on a good match. And Braun Strowman, in these big spots, he has not disappointed me. I think that Braun Strowman is definitely showing that he's worth putting in these spots. Aside from just being a big guy, he's not a great colleague. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's definitely he's not letting us down. When you give him the ball, he runs with it.
They have a big match, and Big Show ends up on the top turnbuckle. Braun said, "You know where I'm going." Braun Strowman climbs up, gets him. They're fighting a little bit, and it's a superplex into the ring from the top rope. Ring collapses. The referee flies out of the ring. It's one of the best referee bumps you're ever gonna see. The whole ring just goes, the ring goes, stairs go, everything. I saw later on Twitter somebody called it because I guess they didn't have the LED boards on the ring that they usually do, but I didn't pick up on that at all.
Okay, I like those LED boards, by the way.
I do too, but they weren't there the whole show, and I didn't notice.
So you're saying that you loved it, but you think that a lot of the diehards are going to think it came off corny?
I loved it. I thought it was really well done. I think my son is going to flip his lid because you can do it in a video game. And I showed him the Brock Lesnar one, and he was happy with it. But, like, he's going to lose it when we're watching Raw today, and the ring just destroys. And the show ends with that. The ring gets destroyed. Big Show doesn't move. Braun Strowman stands up, shakes it off, acts unfazed, screams into the camera. His music hits. The show ends. He opened and closed the show. Braun Strowman it was the Braun Strowman show.
All right, so let me just give my take on this because you are self-admitted you're a mark when it comes to the monsters, and you're a mark when it comes to the props and stuff like the controlled explosions. And you like when stuff goes haywire.
Yeah, I love it. I love it so much.
I'm right in the middle. If it's done well, but so often wrestling screws it up, I'm gonna have to see, obviously, before I weigh in on this. However,
you like it if it's well done, but you see it coming a mile away, because you see it coming a mile away.
Well, that's all part of it.
I mean, you see it when the main event was booked. You feel like that's what's gonna happen.
Okay. Is it like they go through the floor, or like the ring breaks?
The ring so here's the ring, and then at the end, this is the ring. It's just the ring.
See, one thing that's good though is this is a stunt that is kind of protected in that it's only happened like 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 in WWE history.
I checked it. Last time was 2011 with Mark Henry and Big Show, and before that was the Big Show and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so this is really the 3rd time we've seen this stunt performed. So it's not like we see this every week, every month, every year.
But the last time these two fought, I remember Steve and Michael and all the post-show guys saying, boy, I'm glad the ring didn't break. That's so stupid when the ring breaks. And I was sitting there like, man, I wish it would just break.
Well, let's see what they think, because they probably saw it and I sure didn't. So,
do you like it in your brain before you see it?
I need to see it, I guess. I mean, here's what I will say. I'm really happy that Braun Strowman has become a priority over the past 2 weeks.
I just wonder if it's so they can put Roman Reigns over him again and payback.
Right? Well, it's okay to he can put people over and still be strong. What we can't have is him being the coward he was for the past month.
I don't know why they did that just for The Undertaker, who doesn't need protection at all.
Add anything. It was just so the wrong thing to do. And so that was a huge error on their part. But let me watch it. I will watch the show at some point. I'll probably watch SmackDown Wednesday night. I'm gonna try to watch that because we're traveling Wednesday. We got a 10-hour drive.
Do you have a show tomorrow? Are you doing a show from there again tomorrow morning?
But, no, this is our last show today. Tomorrow's a travel day for me. So I'm gonna try to watch SmackDown tomorrow night, and I'll be able to talk to you about that on Thursday.
Wait till you see what the main event of SmackDown is. It's laughable. Well, so they're having a #1 contender match, which I think is great because remember last week they had a #1 contender match for the U.S. title, and AJ Styles was in it, and Sami Zayn's in it, and like there was like AJ Styles was in it. It's a big name for the U.S. title. This week in a #1 contender match for the heavyweight championship, Sami Zayn's in it again. Mojo Rawley's in it. Jinder Mahal's in it. Like,
I feel like Mojo is kind of becoming a priority for SmackDown, which a lot of people are like huffing and puffing about. I'm at least willing to give the guy a shot. Let me at least realize that he's bad on my own.
You know why I hate him?
Why do you hate him?
I just, it's not him. I don't know how he is as a worker, I hate his gimmick. He's like every dude I ever drank at a bar with in State College ever.
He's a dude bro frat boy for sure.
Can't stand him.
But that's not his gimmick. It's just like that's the way he's coming off. Yeah, that's not likable. Like guys our age and guys younger than us aren't gonna relate positively to a guy like that. I think you're right. So okay, listen, why don't we wrap up here? We're gonna grab some lunch here on the beach because it's our last.
Yeah, I gotta hit the waves. I can't wait to get in the pool.
Dude, thank you for watching Raw for me and for filling me in on everything. And hey, check your availability for mid-June. You know, I know you're due for a trip down here. I still have Evan's car seat.
June 19th. Evan's kids will be using that thing.
Dude, you should have seen us trying to get that car seat out this weekend because we needed the room.
Right.
So it's been in the spot where you put it since Christmas. I haven't moved it, but we needed the space for the vacation this week. And it took us a good half an hour to get that stupid thing out.
I'm so sorry. There are those little hookies. See the little hooks. Hey.
Well, it's easy by design. Like I would like to have a car seat like that for my own future child if there ever is one. But it's easy to get on, but a real beast to get off.
To me, now I think like, car seats are so easy to handle. But I remember the day we left the hospital. Not even getting the car seat into the car. With Allison, it took us 35 minutes and the help of a nurse to get her into the car seat. We couldn't get her into the little carrier just to get her down to the car. It was a mess. There's a learning curve. You'd be fine.
Like I said, so everyone who's interested in tickets, I know Raw's a hot ticket item. I got you covered. I've been assured that I'm going to have at least some to give away. Same with NXT. So keep it here. When I get developments on Vince Russo, I think he'd be so much fun to talk to. I'd lose my mind. A guy I have so much respect for. So I definitely would love to talk to him. And I'm being serious. More than any other wrestler I've ever interviewed. And I've had a bunch on. Russo is a guy I'd love to just spend like an hour or two with. I know I won't, but I could.
Well, give him a ticket to Raw. Go to Raw with him.
He doesn't even watch it. I listen to his podcast. He hates wrestling anymore, and I get it.
He's seen the underbelly.
One of his things he does is called Anything But Wrestling, where you're allowed to talk about anything but wrestling.
So he probably won't even want to talk wrestling with you.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but you know what? I was even going to pitch the idea of doing a Teen Mom podcast with him. He loves Teen Mom. And I love he watches because that's on Monday against Raw. And so I DVR it and I'm like, hey, if you don't want to talk about wrestling, you want to talk about Teen Mom? I think that'd be hysterical.
Yeah, when it comes to Vince Russo, I'll talk about model cars with him. I don't care.
Okay, we'll figure something out. I'll let you get back to your beach because I can see I obviously pulled you right out of the ocean. I appreciate that. Snorkeling Jerry Valeri. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And we're going to have hopefully a more normal episode on Thursday. For myself and my tag team partner, Snorkeling Jerry Valeri, we will catch you on Thursday.